Look at that little stinker. You good boy? Yeah. He's relaxing. Is this your favorite seat in the house? Is it? Oh, what a good boy. What a good boy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Friday. My glasses are smudged, but I didn't want to get up because if I get up, then I have to move Kepler, and I'm just really enjoying his company. We just had lunch. I had myself a little sandwich in a pudding cup because there are still so many pudding cups. I realized that the other day I did First 20 stream, and I was like, I'll talk about the games tomorrow, and I just didn't because I've been busy and I wasn't thinking about it. So I thought that today I would just kind of quickly, briefly talk about the games I played in November. And this will be a little faster than usual, but I like doing it. I like I like video games, and I like talking about video games, and especially because I get a fairly unique opportunity to play a lot of games throughout the year. So the games I played, Riders Republic was the first game I played the other day. That's a game from Ubisoft. I specifically requested that, and the reason I did is because it reminded me of Steep, which is a game they released a few years ago, which is just you in the mountain, and you just chill, and you just ride down the mountain, do whatever you want. And I was like, oh man, that looks kind of like what's happening here. And it sort of is. It sort of is. They went in a slightly different direction, and it's a cool direction. I have to at least hand it to Ubisoft. The idea here is actually quite sound. It is a huge map of various terrain, and it's a massively multiplayer online extreme sports game. So at any given point, you're on a map with like thousands of other people. So when you're like riding down the trail, there's a bunch of other people riding down the trail too. That is fun. That's neat. That's a cool idea. The other thing I really like is that it's a bunch of sports, whereas Steep was just snow sports or winter sports. Now you've got all sorts of things. So you've got parachuting, you've got jetpacks, you've got BMX or mountain biking, you've got skiing and presumably snowboarding, although I don't think I saw that, but I'm sure that's in there. And you can change on the fly. So like you could jetpack up onto a mountain, and then you can ski down it, and then you can like you don't turn into a bike, but your skis turn into a bike, and then all of a sudden you're like going down a dirt path. So that sort of thing, super cool. The problem I had is that I played about an hour of the game, and you have to unlock all this stuff. And there's a mode called Zen mode, which is more akin to what Steep's normal mode was. And that's what I really wanted to do, was just Zen mode. The problem is you have to unlock all these sports, so you have to play a lot of single player, and we didn't really have time to do that in an hour. The other thing is that the single player mode has a story that sucks. It just feels weird, and I hated it. Like, all of the characters are unlikable, and everyone's like, extreme, bro. And to me, it's just really cringy. And I'm like, I just wanted it to end. So my review of what I played of Riders Republic is that there is something there. There's something there that honestly feels good, but you gotta like crawl through the crap to get to it. Because what I really want to do is I want to unlock all the sports, and then I want to chill. The reason I like those sorts of games is I can just sit down and be like, I'm just gonna ride down the mountain, just enjoy myself. I've got 20, 30 minutes I want to kill and just like play around. That's what I want to do. And I feel like you can, but you're going to have to like get to the point where you can do it. And for some folks, it's not going to be worth it to do that. Next game I played was 2D and Top D. This is a game that Light Rock sent my way, and I hadn't heard about it. And it's just a cute little indie puzzle game. I think it's largely made by one person, and it's just good. There's a 2D plane, it's like a 2D platformer puzzler. You can press a button when you do, the entire world shifts almost to like an isometric view, and you continue working on the puzzle, but in 3D space. It's kind of hard to explain in text, but by showing you images, you'll immediately get it. It's so good. the thing that was surprising to me is that not only is it super good, but there's boss fights, and they work. Just really cool, really clever little puzzler. I can't remember right now what all systems it's on, but like it's again, cool concept and just really, really well executed. Really, really cool. Next game I played was, it's actually an alpha. I don't normally do alphas, but I wanted to do something really wacky, and I had this game available, so I decided to try it. It's Fashion Police Squad. It's a retro first-person shooter, but you're the fashion police. So you'll come across people that they're not dressed, they're not fashionable, and you have to shoot them with like your fashion gun, and it turns them into fashionable people. It's just, I love retro first-person shooters anyway. So to take that, genre, which I already enjoy, and then add just this comical element on top, it's looking really great, and it's only an alpha. And there's a demo. What I played was a demo, and I think it's a closed demo. I don't think it's open to the public yet, but at some point they'll probably do that. So that was a dev key that I got, but hopefully we'll see more of that in the near future. Fourth game I played was Jazzpunk. Jazzpunk, I only got a chance to play half an hour of Jazzpunk, and Jazzpunk is already it might be one of the most well-written games I've ever played. It's so funny. I can tell that it's a style of humor that is not going to jive with everybody, but I loved it. Chaz adored it. Chaz bought it. Chaz hadn't heard of the game, and after it ended, he was like, I bought the game. I really loved it. And I had it on my list of games to possibly stream, and obviously it's still on the list, but it's something I'm really, really considering now. So if I ever need a stream, a game to cover a stream or something, maybe 2 streams, because it's not super long, then I think that we might do Jazzpunk. I'd love for Mal to actually get a chance to see it, because it was so out there, like I would almost call it an avant-garde game, and it was just so funny. But again, not everyone's going to love that sort of humor. I did. I thought it was great. So we'll see if I get a chance to cover more of Jazzpunk in the future. And then the final game that I played was a visual novel murder mystery called Paradise Killer, and it feels a little bit like Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, but it's kind of out there, and I didn't really know that when I started it. It's got this huge 3D map. So you wander around this huge area trying to solve this mystery, and you talk to people. But the theme of the game is real out there. It covers gods and demons, and it feels like when you start the game, it feels like the scope's going to be kind of here, and then you realize quickly that it's but there's these ancient aliens that built this civilization, and it just really goes off the rails really, really quickly, in a way that I think possibly would turn some folks off. It would also probably make some folks really excited. So, your mileage may vary. It had a very specific aesthetic it was going for too, because it's kind of got this 80s vibe, but also I don't know what to call it other than MS Paint or something. It's got this very 80s but almost rough, glitchy aesthetic. I don't know. Kind of hard to explain, but a very, very specific game. And if folks are into visual novels or, murder mystery, again, Phoenix Wright, like a trial type game, something to look into. You have to go around and get the evidence and stuff, and then you present your case and you have to make your accusation. I guess that's a trial game. I guess that's what you'd call that. Anyway, those are the games I played. I tried to make that as fast as possible. It's hard to quickly run through that, but they were good games. They were, very different games. And the one that is going to stick out in my memory by far is Jazzpunk, because the only thing I knew going into it was, this game is supposed to be short and funny. And it exceeded my expectations for what exactly it was. So maybe I get a chance to play more of that in the future.
Hi, cute boy. Are you tired? You tired, boy? I'm tired too. I had a good stream tonight. Continued to work through Skyrim. I think next week's going to be the last one, at least for now. Probably come back to it later. But I need to wrap up because I'm tired and tomorrow is a long drive. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?